There you go. That's the GTI jacket. Turn around, show it off. So Brian and I, we have the Tiguan today. And the last time we were on a road trip together, we were in Wörthersee, right?
In Austria.
And what's that name known for?
The big, huge GTI festival. And of course, I saw this jacket and I said, I have to have this jacket. So this fool here had to copy me.
No. I spotted it and then you wanted it. So we meet here today to shoot the new Tiguan, and what do we both wear?
Our GTI jackets.
Anyway, so we'll have to work through that. So here we are at another Volkswagen event. We're just north of Vancouver. Where are we?
We're in Porto Cove right now. We're heading up to Squamish.
Yeah, this is a great run. If you've never done it, if you don't live on the west coast of Canada, if you're ever here, get a car, any car. Volkswagen Tiguan would be a good idea, and head up the coastline. So he's sweet, I'm sour. We're going in, we're going to take it for a drive.
Who's driving first?
Oh, here we go again.
Here we go again.
Win again! Win again! What am I, 4 in a row?
I think so. Damn.
I can't get over the fact that you showed up wearing that jacket and I showed up wearing the same jacket. We look good though.
This was not planned, seriously. We met at a coffee shop and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Well, we both just got these jackets, so it's like, okay, we're gonna shoot a Volkswagen. I guess we'll wear the same jacket. All right, so we're driving up the legendary Sea to Sky Highway to a little secret road I have. I'm not gonna tell anybody where it is because I like to keep it to myself. But this is a beautiful road.
Oh yeah, this is on the way to Whistler. If you're familiar with Vancouver, British Columbia, Whistler, where the 2010 Winter Games were. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's really, really scenic. You have the ocean in the background, it's winding, beautiful.
So the Tiguan is, it came out last summer, I believe, and it sold very well. This is a very different product than they ever had before from Tiguan, right?
I think it's a better product. First of all, it's built on the MQB platform, but size-wise, this is better for me. For my small family, this suits me for sure.
So are all the people in your family small?
No, this is not small though. This is not a
you said for your small family.
Okay, yeah.
You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
All right, yeah, I understand, but that's exactly what they're going for. The meat of the market is people, couple of kids, and you need to move them to all their different activities, get them to school, whatever. These things are just incredibly popular. So I just want to talk about what's under the hood. So the old Tiguan had 200 horsepower from a 2-liter turbocharged engine, right?
Yeah.
So this is still a 2-liter turbocharged, different engine, but it has less horsepower at 184. It's a bit of a head scratcher, right? But what did they do?
Increase the torque.
Exactly, 221 pound-feet of torque. And even when you look at just straight horsepower, this actually has the same, or if not more, than most other utilities. And what kind of gas does it run on?
Regular,
a turbocharged with regular. Wasn't that long ago. The old Tiguan, it was premium, so that's a real bonus for most people. Okay, Brian, I'm on my secret road. It's pretty impressive. It's twisty. It's along the mountains. Great place to showcase this car. And the transmission is an 8-speed automatic. Now, it does a kind of a funny thing, in my opinion. It wants to go up to the highest gear possible. Why?
To save fuel.
Right. But sometimes, in certain instances, there's a bit of a stumble. What it's doing is it's retarding the timing of the engine to make the shift smoother in between. But sometimes there's nothing wrong with the transmission. It's working fine. It has this sensation. Now, the way I get around it is I just put it in sport mode, and that clears it all up. And the other thing is, when you are at speed and you're in that mid-rev range, the torque is really good, right? 221 pound-feet of torque. That's what you're using from stoplight to stoplight. So yes, on power it might be down a little bit, but torque's king.
This also has the 5th generation 4Motion all-wheel drive system.
Think of Golf R, same system as the Golf R.
Yeah, you have a drive selector, or basically the selector for the 4Motion, and you have snow, regular, you have mountain, off-road, all that type of stuff. And the nice thing about this system, it's not just a slip and grip system. Mm-hmm. It's very, very intuitive. So it's almost thinking ahead of time. It's taking all the parameters of your steering angle and how much throttle you have and
temperature.
Even temperature, yes.
Yeah, we were at a winter driving program driving this in the snow this past winter in Quebec, and you know, when pushed, these vehicles actually perform pretty well. So, do you want to drive for a bit? I know I always win rock, paper, scissors, but then I always let you drive. You ready?
You're a nice guy. All right, let's do it.
I thought I was sour.
You know what I really like about this new Tiguan?
What's that?
The creature comforts and the interior.
I just want to point out a couple of things. Volkswagen for years always put heated seats on the base model. Mm-hmm. This one, the starting price is right around $28,000, and you don't get heated seats. You get it on all of the other trims, but the good news is you can add heated seats as part of the convenience package. And I would opt for that. It's just roughly $2,000. You know what else you get? The center screen goes from 6.5 inches to the one we have here, which is 8 inches. So that's good.
And optional, you can get the digital dash.
Yeah. Now, you like these, right?
I like it.
So you would get that?
I'd get it. I would get it. I like how you can configure it. It's really crisp. Yeah, I do like it.
The screen, the 8-inch, looks bigger because it's kind of got the piano black around it. It has the illusion of being bigger. It looks first rate. Now, you know, what do I always call Volkswagens?
Audi Light.
And these are the same features you get in Audi products. They call theirs the digital cockpit, and this is the digital dashboard. Same technology, and the screen sizes are pretty good. Now, the other thing is the switch gear, and everything that they use in here has chrome around it, more detail than you typically get in vehicles of this class.
One other thing that I noticed, and I've driven this before, but I just found out how it works. On the outside, the power liftgate.
Right.
So normally you have a power liftgate. Well, this one has the kick feature where you kick it and it goes up. But instead of having to kick it to go down, there is a button, and you hit that button for auto. And as long as you have the key fob in your pocket, it won't close until you step away from it. It's a really, really good feature.
You know what? We didn't know what it was. We never tried it out. And then we go, oh, that's what it does.
Yeah. This one also has a huge panoramic roof.
That's optional as well. And you can also get heated rear seats and an optional heated steering wheel.
Now, one thing that's a big improvement is room on the inside here.
Yeah, it's a much longer vehicle. So the Tiguan we're driving here is different from the one that they have in Europe. So they have a smaller Tiguan, and they also have a long wheelbase version. That's the standard Tiguan here in North America. So the wheelbase is much, much longer, which offers way more space in the back seat.
Yeah, second row, lots of room. You should check it out.
All right. Well, it makes so much sense because families want space, right? And this is, I think, one of the biggest in the compact utility space, with a back seat that is much, much bigger. The old Tiguan, great driving car, but it really was cramped in the back seat. Now, these seats also slide fore and aft, because there's an optional third row seat in the back, which I think, you know, one of us should try.
I'll try it. All right, I've managed to shoehorn myself back here. Actually, it's not too bad, but we've got this seat pushed forward. Good thing that they do that. But I can see, you know, in a pinch, it works.
For an adult, but I think for kids, they'd be more than happy back there. I think I heard this, the best way to describe this Tiguan is a 5+2. If you want a true 7-passenger, you're going to get an Atlas, right?
Yeah, for sure. But, you know, I'm really impressed. This type of vehicle, this class, and you can get a third row. It's really handy.
You know, most companies don't offer it, and the fact you get 3 rows in a compact utility is amazing. Okay, so I got a question for you.
Yep.
If I'm sitting here and you're sitting there, who's driving? Whoa! So people are probably wondering how we did that.
Well, these autonomous features on this new Tiguan are incredible.
Not that incredible. We actually had a little bit of help. Speaking of autonomous features, I just want to let you know that driver assist is $1,470 for things like automatic cruise control, autonomous braking, and lane keep, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, people want that. So the good thing is you can add that. All right, a couple of things. The Highline that we're driving now, for $1,960, you can go up to the R line, and that gets you 19-inch wheels and a slightly more aggressive look. That's like the sport version of this model, but it's only available on the top trim that we're driving just now. Do you want to go through the pricing?
Let's go.
Okay, so the base front-wheel drive is $28,000, as I mentioned. The first all-wheel drive is $31,000. And I got the price wrong. I said it was $2,000 for the heated seats, the 8-inch stereo and satellite radio, $1,650. So if you're going to buy a base model and you want those features, it's not too much more to get them. So I think they're trying to have that, attractive starting price. I get it, right? All right, so the comfort line, you get standard heated seats. That's where you get the panoramic roof, and 18-inch wheels. That is $34,000. And guess how much the Highline costs?
I'm guessing you're going to tell me.
$39,000. And then, as I mentioned, you can add on the for about $2,000 more the R-Line if you want. So that's competitive.
Yeah, I really like the way it's handling on these roads here.
Yeah.
The suspension, it's the Goldilocks thing. It's not too stiff and not too soft. It's working.
As you mentioned, it's built off the MQB platform, right? And MQB, for those that don't know, is used across the Volkswagen family. It started a few years ago with the Volkswagen Golf and is being admired by people who like driving. A great platform, and that's what they built this off of, and it makes total sense. And the other thing I wanted to mention is the fact that, the third row of seats, there's really only one competitor, and that's Outlander from Mitsubishi that has that as an option. So if you want that third row in a pinch, this is the one you should look at. For sure.
This would be a really good vehicle for my family, seriously.
We just keep this one.
Yeah. Who needs to know?
Just the stunt driver.
Yeah, the stunt driver.
Okay, Sweet, I found out that about 30% of people who buy this Tiguan opt for the third row. It's only $750. I'm surprised it's not way higher.
I'd take it for sure. As having a family, once in a while, you got to pick up someone else's kid, something like that. It's handy to have.
I'll tell you a story, though. When we got an SUV for our family when our kids were little, I said to my wife, do you want me to get you a little school bus driver hat? Because if people know you have 7 passengers, can you take Sally? Can you take Johnny? So I can see maybe why people don't want it.
Wow, people don't need to know. It's kind of hidden away. And what I'm really surprised at is how much room behind that third row there is.
Yeah, so if you just get the 2 rows, it's got a huge trunk. Now that's one of the things. They made this Tiguan much bigger, which is, obviously that's where everybody's going, right? Utility vehicles. But there's a little piece of me, and there's some people that kind of miss the old sporty Tiguan, the smaller, kind of felt like a big GTI. So I hear that there's going to be another utility coming.
Well, there's always room to make something bigger and throw in another one smaller below it, right?
Well, next time when we go to that, we'll make sure to wear our GTI jackets. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. By the way, I think I do wear this better than you do.
Okay, but I'm sour.
And I'm sweet.
That's it. Sweet and sour.